Hello everyone, got another episode of the best mods of the week in Baldur's Gate 3's Mod Manager here, featuring some amazing mods. This may be our best week yet. It features face mods like this Jennifer's body face. As well, we got this tactical dress mod and a whole lot more. There's some things that I think a lot of people will be excited to see, like a Rhea Ripley face mod and much more. So I guess the first one I want to start off here is the Femme Fatale tactical dress mod made by Skirbie. I feel like I'm covering Skirbie's mods every single week here, but just look at this. It's worth covering. They've made some incredible mods, and this is just another amazing dress mod. So there's a clothing version and a outfit version, so you can wear one with a low armor class there, or you can go with the camp clothing version of it. So these are nice. You can also dye them. The regular color is that nice red color that you see there on Shadowheart, but I have my character with the black dyed one. So yeah, it has little daggers here on the side. I think this is a great mod, so I've just got to give a shout out to Skirbie. They've been rocking it. You can see here some different colors of it too. They all look really nice. So another great console mod, or another great mod here. Hopefully we'll see that on console at some point. But next we got ourselves the Riven preset head. So we got ourselves a few different head mods here. This mod was made by Eclipse here, and I've covered a lot of mods by Eclipse. They've made some great things here, but this is another head mod that we've got. And I guess I'll cover the Damus here head preset. So there's another one by Eclipse. And then we also got the Jennifer's body half-elf head mod made by Barbie Rusi, and the Rhea Ripley WWE and Marfor 3, kind of funny, half-elf tiefling face mod. So this one's for the body type 3, but what they end up looking like here. So this is the Jennifer's body face mod, Jennifer Check. And yeah, this mod, I love it. It looks great. So it has some exaggerated eyelashes there. The face looks pretty realistic and great in Baldur's Gate 3. The Damus head here, it's got a bit of a worried look to its face. This is great because there's worrying things happening in Baldur's Gate 3. So yeah, this one here, it's got the elf ears, does clip through a bit of the hairs, but that's all good. It makes sense. And then we got the Riven head here as well. So that's what they all look like. I'm a huge fan of this Jennifer Check face mod. I think that this is really great. I do have some issues getting the Rhea Ripley one to work here, but I'll try and show this off at the end. It looks great though, as you can see here from the cutscenes. And yeah, these four head mods, it's just offering so many great selections. My favorite being the Jennifer Check here. So yeah, these are awesome. Another really cool mod is this Phoenix Summon mod, and this gives you a potion that lets you summon in a Phoenix. It has all these different attacks here as you level up, so it can level alongside you. I think mods like this are great because it gives you something that's not going to be super overpowered at the start of the game. Comes with some very light buff or very light abilities at the early game, and then scales up as it gets stronger and stronger. Things like its Fireball cantrip will get more powerful. Now, I was also having issues with this mod, unfortunately, so I can't really show it off. This mod is made by I Am Freya here, and just gives you this Phoenix, which is like a burning bird there. It looks cool, so yeah, I just want to cover this one as well. We also got this Iron Cyclops power armor here, which looks really cool. I got this on Minsk, and it literally has a little eye on the inside there. So this is a pretty big, heavy power armor. Looks kind of funny in the world of Baldur's Gate 3, but I think it's cool, and hopefully we'll see more mods like this popping up. It's great. If you want to do like an Artificer Armorer, this fits perfectly with that. So I think this is a pretty cool mod. This one's made by Rhea Reaper. Now, getting into the class mods here, we got ourselves the Zen Archer mod, which is a cool subclass for the monk here. So this one is focused on using a bow. You'll get the Paths of Enlightenment here, which gives you additional bonuses if you have higher than a specific number of strength. You can deal additional damage. Dexterity will give yourself half your dexterity modifier to damage rolls. Tenacity, which will, whenever you have higher charisma, then the damage rolls are equal to 2 are rerolled once. With the Path of Reason, you get a higher critical hit chance if you have high intelligence. And when attacking with bow and arrow, you can use half your wisdom modifier to attack rolls on the Path of Intuition there, so the wisdom based one. And the charisma based one, attack rolls for your bow that are lower or equal to 5 are rerolled once. So each of these gives you a cool benefit depending on which of these base ability stats you got high. So kind of cool. You also get yourselves a bunch of masterful archery shots. So you got like the volley strike, and use your bow to launch yourself at an enemy or to ground. Before landing, use your key to shoot arrows at all targets within 3 meters. So that's actually really powerful. You can see there's a lot of attacks here. You got the feinting shot, the double bonus shot, a listening shot, causes blindness, obscures targets, probing shot, softening, disarming, distracting, goading, menacing, shooting, trip, stunning, anti-spell, sentinel, and counter shot. And misses are learning opportunities. This gives you the learn hitting. Next attack roll against a target will get true strike if you end up missing it. This one here can make it so that you can charm a target, and then the learn pinning can pin down a target. So yeah, you can see here there's a really high amount of choice for a subclass mod. This makes for a really cool version of the monk. So yeah, this mod was made by Runaway Fixer here. It does get a lot of these masterful archery shots, and you can buff up your character quite a bit with this. I wouldn't say it's overpowered by any means, but this is definitely a cool class mod. I just want to cover this one because I think it is really nice. Next, we got ourselves the Entair's class Parahumans. We actually got a few of them. I'll just briefly touch them. We also got ourselves the Corporate Overlord, the Oath of the Frozen Wilds Paladin subclass, the Frost Flame Sorcery, the 5e Starblade, which is Spellblade class, and then we also got the Sorceress class, and yeah, we'll get into some of the more mods here soon, but so I guess I'll start with the Corporate Overlord here, which is kind of like an enchanting buffing type class. So you get yourself this here, the Summon Worker, a loyal worker drone to help out. You also get yourselves the Company Directive, command your employees to prioritize attacking a specific foe, and Corporate Liaison, so you can also speak with animals. You get for Cantress, Motivate Worker, command a minion to work harder, and be more resilient. You can exploit them too. So I love these funny mods. We've been getting a few different ones here. And yeah, this is just another one that I think is kind of funny but fun to play as. Overlord set, you get the Magical Dark Vision. Effects of controller incapacity creatures only last one turn against this being of pure profit. And you also get the Insider Trading, which is the same as the Jack of all trades from the Bard. It's kind of funny. So this one comes with a lot of buffs that are meant to be funny, but also kind of powerful. You get the Voice of the Overlord here, giving your employee the Overlord's Wrath, Non-Compete Clause, Downsizing, Bureaucratic Red Tape, Reel In, and then you got Prestigiation, Performance Review, Corporate Buyout, Negotiation Tactics, Forced Overtime, Promotion Executive, and Promotion to Supervisor, Asset Relocation, and the Thunderclap. The performance review is Hex Spell. I think that's really funny. Yeah, so this class is, again, it's meant to be more so fun to play, not going to be not meant to be against like a class that you would play on a serious run through of Baldur's Gate 3. But yeah, I'll just briefly show this off. So you got your Summon Worker. We're going to summon it in here. So pop that down, and our worker just comes up there to kind of like the yeah, it's invisible. So the worker drone. Then we can use it. We can use the promotion here to upgrade it. So the worker drone gets now upgraded to executive. And now it's a executive one there. So then I guess this is the supervisor. I'll put the middle point. So then yeah, now it's Bernard. So yeah, I guess it's summoned a second one if you use this in reverse order. And yeah, you got all these different spells: downsizing, reducing armor class for 3 turns, Voice of the Overlord, command your employee in the name, letting them channel the Overlord's Wrath. So I'll briefly show what that looks like here on our big boy. So the Overlord's Wrath is basically just a wrathful smite. Secret Matrix, you can see invisibility with this. Reprimand can do a paralyzing strike, knocking targets prone, and also just has the Watcher Greatsword. So yeah, this is a pretty funny class. I enjoy these. I think they're great. So more of this, please. I love it. Now we got the Oath of the Frozen Wilds mod here by G.I. George, and this is exactly as you can imagine, a cold damage version of the Paladin. So this gives you like resistance to physical damage types, and I'll just go through this class mod here just to show off what it's all about, because I think it's actually a really great one. I love Paladins, and I love unique builds. I also love cold builds, so this is like a perfect mix for me. So you get the Frozen Soul here, channel your oath to inflict the soul-chilling fear. The target must succeed a wisdom saving throw or become vulnerable to cold damage and frightened. As a bonus action, that's very powerful, because then you can follow it up with the Heart of the Blizzard. Unleash a devastating shockwave of freezing energy. Must do a saving throw or become frozen and take cold damage. Frozen means that you can further attack and deal a lot of extra damage to them with force, thunder, and bludgeoning damage. It gets doubled. And the Frigid Smite gives you cold damage and in piercing, possibly applies piercing frost to the target. This is great. I love smites, and being able to do a cold smite is perfect. As you level up, you get more channel oath, which gives you, again, that ability to make vulnerable to cold damage. You also get a glacial breath attack here as your spell, and also hold person, which works perfectly. As level 6, we just get the special shield there. But we get the Aura of Frozen Fortitude. You may give a +1 bonus armor class and advantage of Constitution saving throws within 3 meters. Pretty nice. Once we get ourselves to level 9, we get the Polar Ray doing 86 of cold damage, and shoot a pure freezing beam and possibly freeze a target in place. And again, frost. Whenever the target is frozen, they will take extra damage, double, from bludgeoning, force, and thunder damage. So yeah, you also got the slow spell there, which I think slow is very underrated and definitely a fun spell to have. So yeah, with this class, it's all about doing your frost-based smite. So you get your ability here to, it adds the radiant damage if you got the level 11 ability. But what you want to do is you want to do the frozen soul, which makes them vulnerable to cold damage, and then go in with a frigid smite, which is pretty strong, as you can see there. So can't be upcasted, but it's still pretty powerful. So yeah, that is the Oath of the Frozen Wild Paladin subclass. Now to follow up, so we got the Oath of the Frozen Wilds. We now also have the Frost Flame Sorcery. So this is a new sorcerer subclass. As a big fan of the sorcerer and also cold builds, is perfect. So you get Ice Knife, you get Burning Hands, you get Chromatic Orb. But subclass features, whenever you do cold damage, gains 2 stacks of heat. And then whenever you do consume heat to deal fire and cold damage, you can expend a sorcery point to attempt to freeze the target. Again, whenever a target is frozen, they take double damage. So that's always nice. And we got our spells here. So this does require Mistress spells to work. So with this, we also get spells of Frost and Flame, Scorching Ray, and the Binding Ice, which freezes targets in place. At level 5, we get Fireball and Sleet Storm, which is actually a very underrated spell. And at level 6, we get the Inner Fire, Consume Heat to gain temporary health points, which is nice. So that actually gives us a useful benefit for the heat stacks that we'll be getting. And then at level 7, we get the Ice Storm and Wall of Fire spells, which are really nice to have. Once we get to level 9, we get ourselves Immolate. 8d6 fire damage, blast your foe with smoldering flames, and igniting the victim on a successful attack roll, and Cone of Cold, one of my favorite spells. It's really strong. So you can see we get a lot of damage spells, so it's nice because the sorcerer's biggest weakness is their lack of spell selection. So with this, you get a lot of different spells that you would probably be taking anyways. And then for our level 11 ability, we get the Frostflame Ignition. Imbue a target with the power of Frostflame, become immune to cold and fire damage, and unaffected by ice surfaces, emit a damaging aura within 3 meters, and can use a bonus action on each turn to blast targets with frost or flame. So it's like your ultimate form that you can go into. Can't show it off in camp because I cause a huge explosion in camp whenever I use this previously. But yeah, with this, you basically just make a huge surface around yourself and you become super powerful. This does use 8 sorcery points, so it basically uses up all of your sorcery points. So you're going to want to be long resting often or popping the potions that give you long rest. So yeah, this mod was made by Ashendor. Great mod. I'm a big fan of Sorcerer, so that's always good by me. Next, we got ourselves a 5th edition Starblade, which is Spellblade class, made by Eclipse. Again, they've made a lot of great mods. I cover them every single week, just because they make so many great mods. So with this, the Starblade, based on Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, so you can expend Starblade dies to enhance your spells. This will deal additional 1d6 for each die rolled. And you get special Spellblade maneuvers. So you get like the Solar Blade, so you can hit your target with a weapon attack, expend 1 Starblade dice, and get extra fire or radiant damage. The Force Guided Weapon, you can expend 1 of the dice to add half its result to damage and attack rolls. Gravity Assisted Landing, you can reduce damage on a fall with the dice. Solar Storm, you can spend 3 die to spin your weapon above your head. Enemies within a 3-meter radius must do a dexterity save or take damage as a Starblade on a failed save. So then we also got ourselves the Repulsion, which if an attack would attack you, you can expend 1 Starblade die to add its result to your armor class, which is kind of like the shield spell, but cool. Igniting Strike, you can expend 1 die while ignited. You can ignite the target, and they take fire damage from 1 Starblade die at the start of each turn. The target can use an action to douse the flames by rolling on the ground. Kind of funny. Once you make it to level 2, you get unique fighting styles, so you get like the charging. So whenever you use at least half your movement before taking a melee attack, your melee attacks will deal additional damage type. Pretty nice. And then you also get the mobile fighting, so whenever you make a melee attack against a creature, you can move an additional 2 meters. Pretty sweet. A little extra movement speed's always nice. At level 3, you get to choose our subclass. We got the Path of the Comet. Chooses violent impacts. You knock a target prone, deal an amount of bludgeoning damage equal to your Starblade level. In the Comet Field, you can spend 3 die, create a number of miniature comets that hover around you. Each gives a +1 armor class, and you throw a comet when attacking, dealing 1 Starblade die and bludgeoning damage and knocking the target prone. And you get Asteroid Dash. So this is just a little mobility ability here. Mobility ability. You also get the Path of Nebula. So you ignore resistances to fire and radiant damage, and immunities you ignore. You'll see the Solar Deluge here, which is radiant and fire damage. And yeah, you deal quite a bit of damage with that one. And you also get the Nebulous Blade here, expending 1 Starblade die to replace the physical matter of a weapon attack. And we get the Path of Singularity, which is you learn to manipulate your weapon at a distance using gravitational magic. You have additional reach with all melee weapons. I love that. For shield, expend 2 die to give yourself a bonus to your armor class equal to half the result. So that's nice. And the Gravitational Favor. You're spending 2 Starblade die to make an additional attack as a bonus action. So this one's more melee focused. These two are both casters. Really cool. and you get to take another Spellblade maneuver here. So this is a very detailed class mod. I don't want to get too far into it because there is quite a bit to this mod, and I'll probably be covering it in a future build guide, but you can see there you get the extra attack and the Spellblade maneuvers there. So it's quite strong. Between the 3 different subclasses, you got a lot of different abilities. You cannot be disarmed, which is great, and gives you proficiency in dexterity saving throws for things like Fireball. Always a great spell to be able to resist. And then you get your level 7 subclass feature here. So this gives you additional damage on your attacks, and double the damage taken by the target at the start of each of its turns. Pretty cool class mod. So yeah, this is another great mod made by Eclipse. They've made so many mods, it's crazy. They are pumping out pure heat. Like, these class mods are fantastic. I can't say enough good things. I just want to briefly show their page. Like last week we covered the Moon preset. I covered a Succubus class mod. I covered the War Dancer in the past, the Rim Tensura, that time I was reincarnated as Slime. They have so many great mods. I just cannot say enough good things about them. And they also have a mod later on in this video again. Next, we got ourselves a Sorceress. Behind the beguiling visage hides a dark well of insatiable lust. Master the fiendish power within you and achieve to which mere mortals could never aspire. So this gives you a lot of different cantrips. Friends, Larlock's Minor Drain, Produce Flame, Vicious Mockery. And you get a cantrip, Malevolent Whispers, granting a 1d4 bonus ability checks advantage and deception checks. How to you can teach someone how to impersonate a bard, a sorcerer, Pact of the Fiend Warlock. It's kind of funny. Profane Beauty. This gives you increased armor class equal to your charisma modifier. Any humanoid that attacks you with a melee attack must succeed a wisdom saving throw or become charmed. And you also get the Inure to Inferno. You're accustomed to being wreathed in flame that you can overcome. Any fire damage you receive is reduced by your charisma modifier. So obviously a charisma based class. This one is pretty fun. So this is made by the Cheese Man 83, and yeah, it's actually a pretty strong class. At level 2 you get meta magic, so it is similar to the sorcerer, but a little bit different. You also get the Fiendish Charm there. You get a lot of different spells, so your spell list is quite broad with this class. You don't have to use obviously all the spells, but you also get the telepathic command spell there. And then once we get to level 5, we get ourselves a ton more spells like Melts Minute Meteors and Fireball. Really useful. At level 6, you get the class features Molten Masochism. Whenever you deal fire damage, you do 2 turns of mental fatigue, and Scalding Sadism. So whenever you inflict a condition, you gain 2 turns of heat, which is nice because you have the Illithid ability drain. That also counts. As you can see, you get a lot of different spells here. So our spell list is full. I didn't even take the last level, and that's how many spells you'll have at level 5. So you do get a lot, but this is a fun one. So this Sorceress class, really cool. And I am having issues. I've been trying to get this one to work properly, the Antares class mod. I just wanted to cover this one here because I know a lot of people would like this. This is really well done, but for some reason it won't appear on my game. So we'll just have to wait and see if I can get this maybe working in a future video. But you can see there, it has a lot of abilities all the way up to level 20. You can check this one out if this sounds like something you're interested in. This is basically like a, it's like a summoning Spellblade from what I've read through on all these abilities. So it's pretty cool, but again, unfortunately I cannot get it working. Now, into some of the more fun mods, we got ourselves another mod by Eclipse. As I said, they've covered pretty much every section of this video today. So Snafu's feats. With this gives us a bunch of new feats. You got the Opportunist, give 1 reaction. Swift Hands, 1 bonus action. Magic Nature, all your cantrips only cost a bonus action. Your cantrips can be applied to more than one target. School of Muscle, add the modifier of your chosen physical ability to the damage dealt with your cantrip. Power of Will, when you're concentrated, improve your damage with Psychic Force or Radiant damage. As you can see, there's a lot of feats. I don't think I need to cover all of these in here because, you know, if you want more feats, you're going to probably download this and try them all out here. But there's some pretty powerful ones from what I've seen. We were talking about this one on my Discord, and the martial training, giving yourself extra attack in the first 3 turns of combat, but a penalty to attack rolls. And Initiative Surge, giving you once per short rest. Haste at the start of combat is actually pretty crazy. Short rest, giving haste at the start is wild. So yeah, there's a lot of really powerful ones in here, but it's nice. Again, if you're going through on a tactician enhanced playthrough, I definitely recommend trying something out like this, which will give you a bunch of new feats. So you can see here all these different ones here. The Initiative Surge will also give you a bonus to one of Dexterity, Wisdom, or Intelligence. Pretty crazy. You also get like martial training here. Yeah, some of them are not available for certain classes or require your dexterity to be a certain stat, which is actually really cool. So there's a lot of build variety that can come from these. So yeah, a lot of different feats from the Snafu's feats by Eclipse. And next we got ourselves Enter Bandman. So this is actually kind of funny mod. This is made by Yoon Moon Sik. They were the creator of the Origin Mirror mod, which a lot of people seem to really like. So what this mod does is in the final battle, if you're playing multiplayer, it doesn't actually let you join like multiplayer. This changes so you can now play multiplayer in the final battle. Anything after the Morphic pool won't let you play multiplayer. This changes it. So I just wanted to highlight this one because I think it's a nice development. So Enter Bandman allows join High Hall. So if you're looking for a mod to play with your friends and you want to do the final battle together, this will let you do it. And we also got ourselves, this is just a fun mod, so the Iron Knife Extended mod. So this lets you, or Ice Knife Extended, I should say. So this lets you upcast your Ice Knife spell and target more targets. I'm a big fan of this spell. It's also a spell you can cast while silenced, so that's really nice. But yeah, that was a really solid week of mods. My personal favorites are the Jennifer's Body Face mod here, and then this Dress mod by Skirbie. Also, some fantastic new class mods. I can't pick a favorite there. They're all great, although I do love the Cold Paladin. This was a solid week in mods. Let me know your favorite in the comments below and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.